I want to get in here and walk in here and treat my trading with a white glove approach, where I don't get my hands dirty. I go in and I execute like a professional and leave without getting my hands dirty. You're not emotional. You're not freaking out. You're not chasing anything. I like that right there. That's nice. So both of these are sell side, but they're minor. But they can still yield. They can still yield the intended goal. That's what I'm saying. On a micro, Caleb, you're going to be able to do wider stops, and it doesn't hurt you that much. So now that's I like to see. I don't want to see it close up and get close to this. I want to see this candlestick close down and create. See, let's close right back in. I can't use that one now. So now we left the inversion fair value gap. We left it. We had one candlestick come back and touch it. So any displacement lower that creates a fair value gap, I'll use that on the 15-second chart to enter. None of this worries me, and it gives you no concern whatsoever. You see how it keeps you from panicking? I'm going to miss a move. It has to do certain things. If it does this, then I will do this. If it keeps doing this, that is not something that's set up for me, then I'm sitting still. I'm not worrying about it. I'm completely content. There's zero fear in what I'm doing here. None. And you might say, well, it's because you're trading with a paper trading account. No, I'm in front of however many people are watching. And all of you have this measurement of me. Oh, it better be perfect, or you're not inner circle trader now, are you? It's easy to talk from the sidelines, but get out here. Knowing what you're looking for and how you're going to engage and when you're going to sit still, paramount. That's more important than you trying to make money. Because making money, that's the easy part. The hard part is getting to the part of not going in here impulsively just pushing buttons. All right, now see what it's done? Think about what I've just outlined, Caleb. We want to see this displacement below this fair value, the fair value gap. Easy for you to say, ICT. The first fair value gap of the morning. And I wanted to see it trade below it and show displacement. If this candlestick would have not had this high come back and touch this candlestick's low, that would have been a fair value gap. And then I could have used that one, and I would have traded to get down to here. But because it went and touched it, then I have to wait for now another displacement lower where it creates a fair value gap. If it doesn't create one, can I take a losing trade here? No. And you're worried about losing. Why? You're not listening to what it is I'm talking about in all the long stuff, all the drawn out, long, boring stuff to get to the point. The point is I'm teaching you how to do it the correct way and avoid all the problems that I went through and most other traders go through, not realizing there's a better way of doing it and not have to get all that scar tissue. That's the result of doing things incorrect. Okay, so we came all the way back up into this gap here. I'm going to make this ugly color because I want it to stand out so you can see. So we bumped this little short-term high here. But what happens if it goes up even more, Michael? You miss out on a big range day. I'm not teaching Caleb to anticipate and expect to know how to know that the daily candlestick is going to do that. These are smaller little modular lessons that will give him, number one, something to do that will allow him to progress in a meaningful and intraday, with a huge opening range gap. We've already worked the initial first presented fair value gap here. We dropped down in here, and we didn't get the setup that I was wanting to see here. So this was a raid, and this was another crest into a higher high. So we have to hold on to this area right here. Watch what I'm about to show you. This is liquidity, okay? This is another lesson that you ain't going to see in anybody else's bullshit. This was your initial high. This was the stop run that took out that initial high. All of this shaded area that I highlighted. Now that area, you treat that as a balanced price range. Extend that over. We don't need this gap here. Take that off. So now what do we do with this information? You have sell side here. You have a pull sell side here. You have sell side there. First presented fair value gap down here. This is a balanced price range because it took a run into real orders. This was not contrived. It's not some just random area. This was exactly where buy orders were brought into the marketplace and smart money sold to those individuals to drive them into loss. Because when the retail traders use this area here to go long on a breakout above the initial high of the day, here, they're trapped long. So the market's going to gravitate to opposing liquidity. Where's that? Sell side. Where's that? Right below that low. How far can we reasonably expect it to go below this low, Michael? Your handy dandy Fibonacci. Place it on your high. That's your highest candle. And all of this swing high is anchored to the highest high. Drop it down to the low here. This is the first measurement I gave you. Whenever you have a dealing range and you want to look for external liquidity, measure the range, which is this high here, down to that low. Your first stepping stone to understanding how far prices can go beyond that or outside the range is negative 0.25. That's this level here. Did it trade there? Yes. But if it's going to do a measured run, it's simply just a -1 standard deviation. That's down here. That gets us to that upper quadrant level. In the fib, you graduate from a negative 0.25 level to what's half of the -1? It's negative 0.5. Look where the bodies are. When I'm looking at this price light here, I'm getting approximation because it's just simply like I'm teaching you, Caleb, to look at these 20 handle runs in measurement and size and getting familiar with what that looks like. This run here to here, half of that run was when we were down here, when it was trading at $75 to $100 open unrealized profit. That's why I'm saying close that. If you were in a day that didn't have this multiple 100 handle opening gap, you could take it's two specific price levels. Two. One's afforded for the initial entry for smart money, and the second one, if it's given, they can add to it. That's what's really going on in those specific time intervals that I'm pointing to at any given time. That's what's really going on. It's an algorithmic delivery where price is being offered at that price, not a zone, not some fucking milli-vanilli area where who the hell knows what you're trying to get. I know exactly what I'm trying to get. Look at my fucking executions. Look at the logic. Look at the things I'm telling you as the tape is